Hello, everybody. My name is Ethan Harris, and today I wanted to go do a quick walkthrough of our class today so that you can kind of see the basics of how our online platform of MyOpenMath is going to help us get us through our Business 10303 class. Okay, so the first thing that you're going to notice once you get logged in into this class, we can see that we've got this calendar. The calendar is going to show us the due dates of every specific thing that we need to get done. If it is not on the calendar, it's not going to be in your gradebook. If it's in the calendar, it's something that you need to do. So, very first thing that we can see is that we have these what we call like benches, guides, and quizzes. Those are your actual assignments, and we have some examinations. And we can kind of see how our exams are basically one exam a week, except for our final week. There are going to be two exams on the final week. Our first one, we would have done the exam on Friday, but I'm going to bump it to Saturday since Friday is our 4th of July. And we can see that then we have like a week and a half to get to the second exam because there's a decent amount of material there. Then we've got basically another week for exam 3 and then another week for exam number 4. So that's kind of like putting all of our things together, how we're working our way through this semester. If we go ahead and click on a specific day, we can see that it pops up a little bit below here. It's going to take us to some links of how to get to the exact day or how to get to the exact assignments. And so the first thing that I'm going to do is just kind of go through this, what's called our class walkthrough, and it's just a welcome to class. Now we can get to this class walkthrough if we go to the course repository and introduction, and we have this welcome to class, and it's right here in this red spot. So that's where you could go, like search it through the folder system that we have. Or if we, again, just click on Monday, click on welcome to class, it's going to take us directly there. So this welcome to class is going to help us kind of get through like how we set up our class. And this is kind of what I'm doing in this video. This is going to set up kind of our class goals, helping us develop our statistical reasoning and develop transferable software skills. We're doing online, so basically all you have to do for this class is you watch our section videos and you do your assignments. These intro videos are going to be how you're going to learn about this class. So this one today, I'm doing this course walkthrough video and how to use the calendar. Then I'll do one on the gradebook and how the assignments are being graded. So go make sure you watch those videos. The required materials are going to be needing a computer, so you need a PC or a Mac. A Chromebook is not sufficient. We want access to the class website, myopenmath.com, and then access to Microsoft Excel. It needs to be the desktop version, not the online version, so make sure that you download it, and I'll show you where you can do that. You need a Zoom and a web camera for taking our exams and also for our virtual office hours. Here are some suggested books. Most of my students never get a book, but these are the ones that are very good. And there are some supplementary learning videos, just some YouTube channels that I think that is pretty good. Simple Learning Pro if you need some extra help. And then this is the exact syllabus that if you download it for our class. So I'm just going to go ahead and click on the syllabus. It's going to download it. And this is the syllabus for our summer. I'm going to just walk through just a few quick things with our syllabus so that you can see what is in there. So office hours. Or my name again is like Ethan Harris. Here's my email address. This is my office technically in the Walton College of Business, but I won't be there for this summer since everything is online. And office hours, just so that you know, are Tuesday and Thursday from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. And that's not Tuesday through Thursday, that's Tuesday and Thursday, no Wednesday. And just late night office hours. So if you need to contact me, you can send me either emails or we can do a Zoom meeting as needed there. So this is the textbook that we technically are using, but if you don't ever get it, that's fine. A lot of my students never do. We have software, course description, prerequisites, make sure that you have this math 2503, finite math, grade of C. You can read the value of the course and course objectives. I'm not going to bore you by reading those here. I'm just trying to give you a idea. Blackboard is going to be utilized to connect to MyOpenMath. MyOpenMath will be utilized for distributing all of our information. Homework submissions are going to be made in MyOpenMath, and that's where your gradebook's going to be. The only thing that's different is that for the exams, you will be linking to the exams first through Blackboard so that we can get the proctoring software of HonorLock to be running. And I'll do that in another video. Kind of coming down, our grading policy is like this. Your homework is worth like 175 points. Your quiz is worth 175 points. For each of those, I will drop your 2 worst assignments, so your 2 worst homeworks and your 2 worst quizzes. Your exams are all here. They're each worth 100 points, and your final exam is worth 250. And your final exam will replace one of your earlier exams, 1, 2, 3, and 4, by percentage if it helps you out. And I'll go over more of that later too. Anything else that I want to cover real quick? This is our basic schedule, but we have the calendar that's way better. But anyways, just so that you know, that was kind of our syllabus. Okay, closing out of our syllabus, coming back up to here, let me just kind of go back to our course real quick. You can always navigate in by just clicking back to your class here for your business. I want to close out of here and scroll on down. So that was kind of our first thing in our course repository. The next thing, if you don't have Excel downloaded, please download it here. You can get it for free on your computer because you've already paid for access to it with your university funds. So you can install, just go ahead and click this link and it will take you to this Office 365 and you can get started. Click here and use your University of Arkansas email to go ahead and get that set up for your personal computer. Okay, we do need to install what's called the Data Analysis Tool Pack, and I'll show that in another video. And then just some Excel tools. If you've forgotten how to do some basic Excel calculations, go ahead and watch this video. Next thing real quick in here is kind of my office hours and email template. So here is where my office hours are. And then I have a template for help on email. I want you to email me as soon as you have any problems. I don't want you to get stuck for too long on any problem. But when you do email me, I need you to follow kind of a template. Go ahead and click on this. It will show you how I want you to format your emails. If you format them correctly, I'll respond immediately. If you don't follow the format, I'll say, hey, I'm happy to help you. Please go and follow the formatting. And the formatting just helps me not waste time going back and forth with people. It allows you to articulate your problems quickly, and then I can respond very quickly as well. So go ahead and open that up and look at how to do those email, how to follow that template. All right, so that's just kind of like the introductory of our course repository. Statistician's Toolbox has some flowcharts in it, and these are going to be a flowchart that is very useful for us. Please open this up. It is so I just downloaded it real quick. It is a PowerPoint presentation, and inside of it, it is a flowchart and kind of a summary of the class. A whole bunch of important formulas and definitions and symbols. It's going to tell us how to do a lot of our statistics and how to use Excel. And it's all kind of baked right in. And I use this extensively in my videos, and I want you to use this extensively as we are working through our course. So anyways, this is for you to use. You are able to use these on your exams. So I would highly suggest utilizing this to help you get through the class. Okay, and again, that's just in the flowcharts. And then the hypothesis testing dashboard is going to be a kind of Excel dashboard that helps us use Excel when we get to more complicated statistical processes, mostly in the second half of the semester, but note that that is where it is in the flowcharts. Okay, so let's go ahead and kind of jump into a section. So Core 1 is our first one that we go to. So I'm just going to open up Core 1, and we have our first section, sampling and data. If we read up here, it's going to give you some learning objectives, kind of just an overview of what we are trying to learn. And then the first folder in here that is called is lecture cache. In here, we have what's called our lecture prep, and these are the videos that we need to watch in order to open up our assignments. Because if you look up here, notice how our assignments that we want to do, they're grayed out. And they said, hey, we need to actually have a prerequisite. Let me kind of zoom in on this a little bit. There's a prerequisite that we need to get done. We need to have 100% on this particular assignment called S1A data types. And if we look down here, we can't even get to data types because it says that, hey, we need to do this intro statistics. So I'm just going to go ahead and click on this intro statistics to kind of show you the flow of how this things work. So I'll open this up. I want to click on start, and it's going to give me this video that I'm going to go through and watch. And if I were to click play, it would show me this video of, this is me talking. And so you'll be able to listen to my voice a lot through this semester. Once you watch the video, there will be a question regarding with something in the video. Now, these are not meant to be very difficult. These are just meant to be questions to see, are you basically understanding the material? So if I do this one, check this out. Let's say I say gather data is the answer to numerical summary and graphics fell under which subdivision of statistics. Let's say click submit, and I got it wrong. You're like, dang it. Okay, guess what? You can redo these questions as many times as you want. So let's say maybe this was communicate is what we thought, and we'll click submit. It's like, oh, darn it. Okay, what about analyze? And oh, there it was. And in the video, we actually talk about this, that it was under kind of this analyzing version. Okay, so we submitted it. Notice how we got 1 out of 1 points. We got 100. I'm just going to click done and exit. I'm going to scroll down and notice how, hey, my next video opened up. Okay, so now I can watch this video. I'm going to click on it. I'm going to do start. If you click play, you'll actually be able to watch the video. I'm not going to do that right now, but we're going to jump to the question. And it says that Likert scales fall under what type of data? And I'm going to say that that is categorical and ordinal. I submit the question. Notice how I got 100%. That's fantastic. I'm going to click done and exit, and check this out. Look at our Tuesday. We have our first assignment that is due, called the benchmark. And if we were to click on this, it's going to open it up for us, and we can go click on the benchmark sampling and data. We're going to I'll click resume on this one, and now I can go through and start to answer the questions for my basically homework. I call my homeworks kind of two things, benchmarks and guides, and it kind of walks you all the way through. Okay, so going back, if I leave there, if I click on this one for the guide, notice how it says, hey, you've got to get all the way through S1B, good measurement. If we look in the videos, S1B, good measurement is down here. So it looks like I've got a bunch more videos to watch before that next assignment is going to open up. So that's basically how those all work out. And then the assignments here, you can access the assignments either through the calendar, or you can access them in the assignment folder. And that's how each and every single one of our sections works when you go into it. So let's go look at S2. We go into here, we can see that, hey, we have our lecture cache, our lecture prep, those are all of our videos, and we have our assignments, and we can work our way all the way down. At the end of a core, so like when we get to Saturday, we're going to have this Core 1 exam. Notice how when I clicked on it, it says Core 1 exam, it's 50 minutes. It's due at 11:59, and we're going to access this exam via Blackboard class and the honor lock. So if we go in and we look at the core, a lot of times it's just going to give you some practice stuff and some Excel formulas examples. Like, it's going to give you some prep work, but you're not going to actually see the exam. In order to get to the exam, we are actually going to have to go back to our course. And if we go inside and we look at our course in Blackboard, this is where we're going to go to our links to our exam. We'll open up the links to the exam, and if I go to my student view real quick, let's go to student preview. Give me just a second. And inside the student preview, this is going to be basically what you guys are going to see for each of these. Let's see if it'll pop up. Okay, here we go. So we can go to this folder called links to exam. We can click on this one. Notice how this one says Core 1 in-class exam. I'm going to click on this guy, and it's going to pop up this, and it'll ask for an access code. It tells us when it's due, and it notices that it's going to have, it will force you to do the honor lock, and you'll have to have that add-in installed. And I'll do a little bit more videos on how to set up for the exam in a different video. Let's go back to our MyOpenMath, and that is the entire class of basically looking at the calendar. We look at our different assignments, and we saw how we can get to our exams. on this exam day, we have to go back to our Blackboard and we can access it through there. And I'll do another video, like I said, on how to do the exams. But that is a basic introduction of how we walk through our class. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. Good luck.